So welcome to my guest, Colin Tan. Colin, tell me about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm the director of UK Europe for Ad Astra Consultants, which is an international recruitment company. My background is in banking, where I have more than 10 over years of experience in an international bank, doing credit risk management and program management, change management. Since then, I had stints in telco, technology, healthcare, recruitment. The roles that I've done are mainly in operations management, credit control, strategy, finance, project and program management. So I'm currently in recruitment because I have a very strong passion in helping both people and companies find the right fit. I'm very passionate in people, in developing people, in their success. And one of the achievements that I am most proud of in my career is helping colleagues progress in their careers. And I got a lot of joy and satisfaction in matching people to the right jobs and the right role.
And I think that's crucial, isn't it, Colin? Because a lot of us in the industries, in the recruitment industry, in the corporate world, like myself, recruitment agencies, hey, they're okay. But a lot of people, I'm particularly concerned, as you know, on the show, about how our people get work, how they apply for work, what they do, what skills they bring to the table. And a lot of people looking for work actually just think, oh, it's another recruitment agency. They're not even going to read my CV. They're not really interested. It's all about the bottom line. But, with your experience, and we have something in common there, don't we? Project and program management.
Yes.
You've got a wide range of experiences, which means own personal work experiences, which means you can really sort of spread the net wide when you are working for clients who are looking for work.
Absolutely.
Yeah? And it also gives you a real insight for companies that you're working for as well. So that's that's really interesting. So tell me more about Ad Astra. I've seen them online. I know they're global, aren't they?
Yes. So Ad Astra is an international recruitment company. We were founded in 2007. So Ad Astra is Latin for reach for the stars, which is what best describes our business philosophy. Our core values are in sensitivity, dedication, trust, integrity, and trust.
Yeah, very important, because as I always say to people with trust, trust and respect has to be earned, and you can lose it overnight.
Absolutely, and I think that's very important, the reliability, the trust in people. And not only that, right? I mean, we are also the largest women-owned full suite recruitment company in India. Right, our owners is Jayanti and Nirupuma, fantastic people, fantastic owners, and that's how this company managed to grow as large as it is. We have offices in Singapore, India, UK, Netherlands, and we're starting up also in the US. We have clients that range from Fortune 500 companies to Indian conglomerates, family-run businesses, startups. And the gamut, we help as much as possible, and we believe in understanding the company's pain point, and see how we can help provide to them the right resourcing solutions. We service a large spectrum of clients from various industries, right, which includes IT, financial companies, insurance companies, engineering companies, manufacturing companies, transportation, healthcare, the whole gamut, really.
One of the things I wanted to just check in with, of course, you're local, which is how we met. So you live in Crawley, don't you?
Yes. I'm staying in Crawley. Thank you.
Oh, and have you been out with the dog walking this morning?
Yes, every morning I'll be out with the dog.
But he doesn't like the rain, does he?
He's a bit, I wouldn't say a bit, he's posh. So
he's a posh Labrador.
Yeah, he's a posh Labrador. So every time he looks at the rain, he goes, nah.
Oh dear. Right, let's get back to Ad Astra, because I'm interested to know how you're new to the area, you're basing yourself here, And I'd like to expand on the sort of services that you're offering. Now, the first one is executive search, which is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
How does that work?
So we provide executive search, which is for top executives of your company, the CEOs, the CFOs, the COOs. We do have a very extensive network of candidates and of companies, and we match them. So absolutely, this is a great service that we provide.
And so, if I was looking for something else,
Yes,
at that level, how would I find you? Now, we're going to do all your contact information at the end of the interview, anyway. But did you mention LinkedIn to me?
Yes. You can look me up on LinkedIn, right? I'm Colin Tan from Ad Astra Consultants. I'm on LinkedIn. I've got my email address that I will provide.
Yeah.
So absolutely contact me. And I think this is important, especially if you're starting to look for opportunities to network. To get to know, to build those relationships with recruiters, like, that does executive search, because it does take time. And It's also important for you to be on the top of their mind when they meet with their clients, because then, immediately when the client says, oh, I need a CEO, your name comes to the top of their mind versus somebody else's.
And do you operate? I mean, now as you're really on it, aren't you? But we both know that they're beginning to say maybe CVs are on the way out. Are you still working on the CV?
Yes.
Yes,
The resumes
lots of companies still are.
Yes,
but I have heard on the grapevine recently that there are some rather unusual recruiters that are scrapping the idea of sending your CV in, and I'm thinking, well then, how would you know what someone's real experience is and what their history is if you don't provide that document?
Yes. So, most companies will still work off from the resumes. I would say, most of it that I come across work off resumes. But again, the network is important, because the resumes is great. But, if you have those personal relationships, I think those are also very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you would do is almost offer a personalised service for executive search at that level.
Yes.
So, for listeners that are out there that are perhaps thinking about moving over and shifting roles, it would be great to be able to link in with a company that specialises in that area, which is great. The next thing on my list, I've got contingency search and RPO. Explain that to me.
So RPO is recruitment process outsourcing. So essentially, you have got companies, right, that rather than hiring an in-house recruitment team, right, or HR team, essentially outsource the whole functions to us.
Yes, I've heard of them.
So that's what we do. We sign up with and we have got a lot of global RPOs. I mean, not the UK based, right, but across the world we have got several global RPOs with very large companies, and we provide search across the different ranks for them, really, and it's really exciting.
Yes, because so many companies actually find it quite a strain to go through the whole rigmarole of recruiting and sifting and looking, and so it's easier to have a company that's absolutely dedicated to it.
Absolutely.
That's following all the legal stuff, got all that in mind, it's all taken care of.
Yes.
And then they don't have that stress, do they?
Exactly, and not just the stress, but also the cost involved. Because if you have a permanent recruitment team, right, there are fixed costs to your balance sheet or to your profitability.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas for us, we are there when you need us. So sometimes a company has periods where they need to go on a hiring, whereas there are some times where they are not hiring, and then and by utilizing recruitment companies, right, they can flex their capacity much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then my last thing is about contract workforce.
Yes, so increasingly we have got a workforce that likes to do contracting for various reasons, flexibility, tax reasons, etc. So those are the services that we provide. For example, we have got data analyst who wants to do contracting.
Yes.
And we can do the whole gamut for them, payroll, get them roles.
Right. So we are talking now about specific people that contract. There are a lot of them live locally that contract, particularly in IT. I've done it myself as a project manager, as you know. So they sign up with you.
Yes.
And they register with you, and you do the searching for them, and you manage the contract essentially.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what we do. The contract, we manage the contract, we manage the payroll, and at the end of the day, you do your work, you get paid. Hey.
And so that's the entire recruitment function, isn't it? All in one company.
Yes.
Everything from executive search, working sort of more one-to-one with people, linking in with them that way, finding them companies that are ideal for them to work with. And then obviously processing recruitment for companies that don't want to do it themselves, do the whole outsourcing stuff.
Yes.
And actually having contractors signed up with you. Fantastic. Yes. Back to Colin now. Off mic, we've been talking about a really, really important aspect of your business, which is outsourcing. Now, we've already mentioned it, but it's on the rise, isn't it? More and more companies are outsourcing now. Yes. Tell me more about that in depth, Colin.
So the whole point of outsourcing is that, it enables a company to fully focus on what they're doing best, right? Or their core business. And and all the other supporting functions for that business would then be outsourced out. So in that way, right, they enable actually efficiency, because when several companies, right, outsource their functions, their non-essential functions, then the outsourced company, right, has got the volume, has got economies of scale to then implement efficiency measures.
Yes.
To drive efficiency, and it makes the whole system more efficient. And it drives more values across the industry.
So what and I do know quite some large companies in this area that have started to do this.
Yes.
Things like warehousing, customer service, call centres, they've both been outsourced. But what we're talking about here is the recruitment function, aren't we?
Yes.
So my assumption is that you would take care of the advertising, of the roles, the sifting, the whole thing. Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. So it actually enables a company, not to hire somebody really.
Yes, you don't. Well, you don't need all of the HR department. You only need a small HR, don't you? Then
you need a smaller one. It's not that you don't need you will still need a HR team, but not a big one. And by doing that, right, you are able to flex capacity across across periods where you need to hire versus times where actually you're at capacity, so that you don't really need to hire. So that way, right, you manage your capacity a lot better, and you manage your resource a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can really see the advantage of that, because these things are such a headache. Recruitment, I mean, I'm HR and L&D, but it's a real headache for companies, isn't it? So basically, you're sending the headache to somebody like Ad Astra.
Yes.
To take care of all that stuff for you. Brilliant. Okay, let's look at really what how you're developing the business and what you can bring to our listeners, Colin.
Sure. So there are two parts to this. One is for clients, the small businesses or the medium-sized businesses in this area. I believe very firmly in providing a high quality personal service. Mm-hmm. So this means that I can be visiting clients in person, really understanding your business, your needs, your pain points, and then providing the resourcing solution for them. Mm-hmm. I believe very passionately in building relationships, in networking. And also, right, this would mean that I can refer businesses to them, when I come across them. And more importantly, speed, right? I've got a team backing me up.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
with that team, right, I'm able to then, go through, get your requirements quickly and present the right candidate to you. So speed and personal service, I think those are the value that I can bring to a lot of companies around here. Now, next is for for candidates, right? I believe in developing a very personal relationship. It's not just a transactional where I just place you and that's it. Right.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about at the beginning, weren't we? And
exactly.
we think, oh, it's just another recruitment company. They're not interested.
Yes, and and I think that it's a person at the end of the day, right? There is a person behind this, and if the role isn't a fit, right? Then there could be further opportunities in the future. And assuming that we do a good placement, I will get feedback. I'll speak to candidates, and I'll try to meet up with as many candidates as I can face to face, right? Because I believe in that personal contact. The company's ethos, we believe in that personal contact, the personal touch there, and the importance of the individual. So that's in the company's ethos, really. So again, this is about building that relationship, that network, the placement, and then following up. After the whole process is over, we follow up with the companies, we follow up with the candidates, we obtain feedback, and we try to improve ourselves constantly. So that's the kind of value that I hope that would be very, very useful for your listeners here.
Wow. Well, I can feel the passion. I can tell it's something that you are absolutely committed to. And how are you going to be developing the business, and what can we do to help you?
Yes, thank you. We have significant experience servicing clients across multiple industries. However, I see there is also a massive opportunity here with small and medium-sized companies.
Yes, in this area particularly.
Yes, absolutely. So these companies are typically overlooked by larger recruitment companies that focuses on large companies within London or other parts of England, really. But however, these businesses make up 2/3 of the employment market in the UK.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And they're more than double of large corporate companies in terms of overall employment numbers. So many of these companies are actually based out in the southeast, right? Where we are here now. So I think there is an opportunity for me to actually provide manpower solutions to these companies. I believe I can reach out to these business owners, and I can offer them an excellent level of service and help their companies grow. I hope that this program will enable me to reach out to these business owners for them to hear and say, actually, give me a try, and let's see how I can help you grow your business and develop your business.
Fantastic. Colin, it's been great to have you on the show this morning. Let me just pay one more side. So, Colin, it's been really great to talk to you this morning. I'm really impressed by, the amount of energy and passion you've got in building this business. And certainly, as you say, in the Southeast particularly, where we are, that is that's the working ground of all the SMEs,
Yes.
It really is. And it's great to have a company in the area that's looking to build those relationships. So how do we get in contact with you? Give us your contact information. I'm going to put it up on Twitter later on anyway, but...
Sure. You can look me up on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Colin Tan on LinkedIn from Ad Astra Consultants. My email address is colin.tan, COLIN.TAN at adastraconsultants.com. And that's ADASTRA
Consultants.
Consultants, CONSULTANTS.com.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. It's been an absolute joy. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Your radio.